One more time. And I feel good about this one. But I felt good about the last one. Okay, and action!
Hi and welcome to Chattoon, the show with chat and cartoon. I'm Jeremy Jacobs and with me today is the well-known UK caricaturist George Williams. Hello. We're about to interview comedy actor and writer, best known for his work with the League of Gentlemen. I'm talking about the one and only Reece Shearsmith. Let's go inside and say hello, Dave.
Come in!
Hello, Reece.
Hello,
Hi,
yes.
Reece, it's Jeremy. How are you?
I'm very good, come in. How are you?
Over here, this is George.
Hello, George.
I'm very well
Nice to see
indeed,
you.
thank you. Very well indeed.
Good.
There is a connection between comedy and cartooning, but
Yeah.
what's your take on it?
Well, I mean, I've always loved art. My career path was always going to be something to do with graphic art, maybe caricaturing. You know, as I do a lot of caricatures of the characters that we've come up with in the last few years. I try to draw the idea of the character before, just to get an idea of what the flavour of what it might look like. When I was playing Maureen in Psychoville, I did actually end up looking quite like the original sketches of hers.
Of course, today you're somewhat busy.
Yes.
You're in Betty Blue Eyes.
The Betty Blue Eyes is the new musical that I'm in, based on the film A Private Function. I'm the Michael Palin part.
Yes.
I'm Gilbert, the chiropodist.
Yeah.
So I get to touch a lot of feet in this. I've got a lot of antibacterial gel backstage.
Let's talk about pigs.
The pig is literally hogging my time at the moment. Town council, who are kind of the baddies really of the piece, they've reared this illegal pig. When Betty comes out, it's no one's watching what we're doing anymore. It's just completely, everyone's oohing and ahhing at the robot pig. There was talk early on about a real pig. Richard Eyre actually said he'd done a secret policeman's ball with a pig in it, and it was a nightmare. It was defecating and terrifying the audience, like Hannibal. Feet first. It's a very silly evening, but it's very, I think you come out beaming. You'd be very mean-spirited to leave not having enjoyed yourself.
Now, you like magic. Again, where did the fascination with that start?
Well, that's just, I've always, since a little boy, I've had magic sets. I just like the artistry of it, and the psychology. After all these years of wanting, to know how to do it, I've actually got one. The zigzag lady, which is where you put the lady in and the middle comes out.
Yeah.
So I put my wife in it continually.
What did she say about it?
Well, she has no choice in the matter. And when I first bought it, I went in it myself. I got stuck in it. I was in it with my head and my hand and my foot. And then I couldn't get out because I was literally trapped inside it.
Another dark aspect to your life recently has been the part you played in Burke and Hare. Now, what was it like working with John Landis?
John is such a force of nature. To go out with him for a meal is quite terrifying because he's so loud. And yet he's brilliant, and he's so enthusiastic. Showed him the Psychoville Halloween special where we had our own transformation of a werewolf. And to show John Landis a werewolf transformation is quite scary, as you can imagine, because he did American Werewolf in London. And he's a huge fan of Psychoville and League. In fact, he's in the second series of Psychoville. Oh. We got him in as a cameo. No one knows that yet. That's an exclusive.
Christopher Lee. And I understand you had lunch with him.
I did.
Can I actually stop you there?
Yeah.
Can we just do that? Let's get the joke out of the way. You didn't order the steak, did you?
No, I didn't. John organised it because I told him I was a huge fan. And John said, we'll go for lunch with Chris. And what is great with John is he just pushes him into talking about all the horror stuff. Because Christopher, I don't think, likes much talking about it now. I think if he had it his way, he'd rewrite history that he's never even been in a horror. But John was like, and he just got all these pictures of Dracula out, was making him sign it and talk about it. And it was lovely to actually hear him actually talk about it. I was there sat having lunch with Lord Summerisle. Absolutely incredible.
Now, Reece, let's have a look at what George has finally done.
Fantastic. Wow!
Oh,
look at that, Christopher Lee.
oh, look at that.
Pigs. Zigzag lady. Oh, it's brilliant. I love it.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Perfect. Even with my 1947 hair. I love it that you've got Christopher in there. Brilliant. This is going in here. It's going to be pride of place on the wall.
So let's go inside and see exactly and say, don't call me 10 Take Jacobs for nothing. Hello.
One more.
Hello.
Lovely.
Never know. Spotted Paul, that was really good.
What a pleasure it is to work with this professional team. Nothing personal, so just...
I'll just go home.
Just okay, right, shut the door. Action!
Come in.